What's going on, everybody? Today is going to be a really quick video just going over the new upgraded website. Now, I did post it on the Facebook group, but just in case some of you don't really look at the posts, this is just a quick video to give you a quick tour of the new website and just tell you what it's got and what it's going to have in the future. So as you can see, it's the same link will be below, but it's the same address as it was before, mrfbauk.co.uk. But of course, if you want to see the link in the description below, then go ahead and it will be a direct link to that there. So what you can see here is I've basically got it pretty simple to start with. We've got a free guide, we've got a blog, which you might think, what's a blog? It's more of a descriptive design with the videos that I've ever created, giving you a brief overview and that kind of thing. It's just a slightly different way of, it's basically a way to read a video and then see if you want to watch it rather than looking at the title. Obviously, video guide, pretty self-explanatory. Then there's a bit of one-to-one mentoring, about, contact, and some links to be. So let's just quickly scroll through. So what we've got is if you want to get a free PDF guide, go ahead and you can go through and just take a look. It's pretty much the same as one I had before. Of course, it's all redone, upgraded, changed, improved, all that. But that's mostly for newer sellers or people that are looking just to see what kind of softwares and tools I use in my Amazon business, basically. So if you're just curious, or you've never looked, or you just want to see if there's anything new, then go ahead and have a look. But otherwise, it's more for those sort of newer people looking to enter the Amazon space. Like I was going to say here, we've got anything that's like a new video that will basically appear here. So my top couple of videos will appear here. And what I will do is when I actually have a brand new video, I'll actually get a new segment added in above this bit saying this is basically the most recent video, so that it will also be live on the website as well. And again, what is it? This is anyone that doesn't know. My 1 million in sale, it's just basically like proof that, a little bit more legitimizing who I am, I guess, because the website looked terrible before, so it's kind of like, who the hell is this guy? But anyway, a little bit of Q4 and well, not last year, but like a year's thing. Getting started, don't really obviously worry. Get some feedback, contacts, some top Amazon softwares that I use. Pretty much the main ones I use. I've got a couple of. I try not to spam too much of this crap on the website. It actually looks bigger probably than it should do because I'm zoomed in wrong, but maybe that's too big, to be honest. It looks a bit too much in your face. But yeah, we only just launched it today, so it'll be updated and changed. Again, if you want to see the free guide without it being a download, so you can get a download PDF, or you can just look at it here. So again, yeah, that's the front cover, but it's more in a text writing form than it is anything else, with the videos attached. So if you want to watch the video on what it is as well, which is quite cool, because before I didn't have that in the PDF, then you can go ahead and do that. The blog is just a slight different way of representing the videos, pretty much. So we've got just some little bits. We've got next and all that kind of thing. But basically, let's just give you an example. It's setting up your Amazon seller. It's literally just a video and just showing you a quick little descriptive kind of talk through of what the video is going to be. It's pretty much the same. The titles are pretty easy to understand anyway, but just in case. Video guide, as you probably know, it's going to be video guide. Just put into playlists. So these playlists are the same as the YouTube, so it's pretty good, pretty easy. And I'll add to this, and I'll be upgrading and amending this and making it a little bit more depthy, because obviously at the moment it's well, you can see there's 2 in this, so I'll try over the longer time or long period just to enhance these sections so they're a bit easier to navigate. Anyone, I've done it for years now, but if anyone's looking to obviously get involved in some one-on-one coaching, I want to subscribe to exclusive weekly free thing. If you want, I actually will be doing a weekly newsletter. And it will have lots of quick, it'll have like information of things I probably won't put anywhere else. It'll also have like the latest video links and latest things, just various up-to-date information on everything to your emails. So if you don't want that, don't sign up. If you do want that, sign up. Pretty straightforward. But yeah, if you're looking for some one-on-one mentoring, you can jump into here. I've actually tweaked it a little bit. I used to have like 3 different packages. I've just changed it to 2. 4 week and 8 weeks, straightforward. You get 4 weeks or you get 8 weeks. It's a bit cheaper if you do 8 weeks, and pretty much the 4 weeks is you're getting what to do in your business, how to structure, what basically. I try to put my blueprint of my business onto yours. Obviously, with the 8 week, you have a little bit more accountability. You have a little bit more time to measure, so you can actually, because obviously it takes time to get results. So we have a little longer to implement off of the results. Rather with the 4 week, you don't. You have more everything up front, but the results have to come after. This is a little bit more. We get time to implement things over the long term. And again, when I say 8 weeks, it can take 10. Same with this. It can take 6. It can take 8. It basically means you get 4 sessions or 8 sessions. And I know I put an hour, but it usually is more. It's that kind of thing. But also I'm going to add in virtual assistant automation, how I implement that. I do touch on that in the 4 week, but of course we want to, we haven't got long to smash through everything. So that's normally one of the last topics, sections I go over. And you get a lot more in depth on that, and obviously a lot more after sales analytical breakdown, because you're able to get traction, and we're able to then review that and implement off the back. And if you want to send me a message, send me a message. And then again, it's just crap about me pretty much. I used to work at whatever. And it has pretty much the same stuff as the homepage, but it's just a little bit more about me. And then you got the contact. Send me a message, Facebook, LinkedIn. Same with these links here. You can subscribe to the free tutorials, basically what I mentioned before here. Obviously, you've got more links here. Email me, and some random footnote bits, and that is pretty much it. And what I will be adding to this over the long term is sections. So we've got the Elite Sellers Academy, currently closed, but it's going to be reopening soon with me and Natalie Koromi, and we will be adding that to it, and I'll be putting testimonials, and I'll be putting basically everything about it, what some of the stuff we've covered, what people have said about it, all that kind of thing, prices and pricing or whatever. And I'll have that on here when that's done. And then obviously I told you about the new YouTube video, so you almost don't need to ever go to YouTube because it's always going to be pulled through here. And then we're obviously going to make everything a little bit more in depth, the blogs and the video guides, and maybe break it down to beginners and advanced over time. And then I'm looking to add a podcast series onto this. So I've already recorded a couple of episodes, but we're going to be adding podcasting, so you can go and the traditional routes and put it on. I'll put it onto the iTunes and all that, and Spotify. But again, you won't need to necessarily do that if you're just looking to get everything quick. Maybe you want to quickly once a week blitz through everything. I don't know if that's tickles your fancy. Instead of going to all the different forums or whatever you want to call them, you can just go to one place. So over the next year, this is things, and again, you can see here, like I'm doing a lot of investments at the moment. I'm doing, well, I say a lot of investments, a lot of it's research ultimately, but a lot of stuff like that, mindset, not necessarily the Amazon. So it's a little bit more diverse, even though, yes, it is heavily Amazon online, wholesale, all that kind of thing. But I will be adding other dynamics to the website over the longer term. And I've got a VA pretty much on this like full time, looking over different aspects of it, doing the SEO, blah, blah, blah. And so, it should really grow into its own over definitely the next year or the rest of 2021. So I'm going to leave the video there. But if you've got any questions, let me know. Any feedback on this is also welcome, because it's just been released. There's going to be issues. There's probably things that maybe don't work. I think everything's okay, but there's always something somewhere. Link in description below. And that is it. And if you're looking to maybe see stuff that I haven't added on here, let me know as well, and I can put it in the pipeline to be added. So anyway, have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.